Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this great morning? Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. I am running around crazy this morning because I wanted to do something when I got home that I didn't get done yesterday. So I was able to get that done, but just barely. In fact, I was about 30 seconds late this morning, which I don't like because I pride myself on being right on time. But that is okay, I guess. 30 seconds I can deal with. Good morning, Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid. You are the reason I've been running around this morning. I didn't get anything done to your knife scales yesterday. Good morning, John. So I decided when I got home this morning I would run around like crazy and try to get them at least bead blasted so we could see what they look like. So I did get that done, which is pretty awesome. I wanted to show, let's see. Good morning, Mr. Pete, Mr. John, and Mr. Paul. Yeah, it's all good. Keep It Scale Stupid. I wanted to get them bead blasted to see what they'd look like. So I did get that done. I will debut those in just a second. But first off, let's talk about what I carried last night, which was in my front pocket. I have my big Kunwu Django XL, which has got fingerprints on it. Can't have fingerprints on that beautiful DLC. Man, their DLC is something else. It sure is pretty. You can see that shiny DLC. Super durable. Yeah, I have my Django XL, which is a giant knife, in my front pocket. And then in my back pocket, I have my ProTech. And I'll tell you what, this ProTech has an opening and closing that feels different than any other knife. It is very solid. It makes a great noise, and it is just something else as far as the feel of it. I don't know. It's just very solid and like dunk. Very good lockup. Very comfortable knife. The jimping on the back here is just perfect. Anyway, those are the two knives I carried last night. As you can see, I've still got the parts laying here from yesterday of the Doberman. And the only only DLC I like is Kunwu's DLC because it's got that shine to it and because it's so durable. So the only two that I really like are that one and my Pulsar XL, which is the same reverse tux. Kunwu just does DLC different than anybody else. And I like my big knives, and both of those are big boys. Good morning, Waylon. Alright, so here is what the bead blast turned out that I literally just finished 5 minutes ago, or 5 minutes before the video. So this is how it turned out. Check it out. Gorgeous. Looks brand new. Got a great texture on it. Well, I just touched it with oily fingers, and you can see what it did. It already put a little mark on it, but check out the texture of that. So pretty, so nice. Great texture. Kunwu did release a new model. They got 2 new models, I believe. But yeah, check out the finish on that. Looks like a brand new knife. And I rushed, and you can see I missed a place right there, which is fine. I'll go back and hit them one more time. Got the insides pretty good, it looks like. Didn't miss much there. But it looks like I did miss a place right there, so I'll have to touch that up. No problem. I think they released 2. Maybe not. But anyway, I've got them almost completely bead blasted. So now all I got to do is turn them purple. Let's go check out what Kunwu's new models, or model. So, yeah, the Geronimo is the Geronimo the one you were thinking of? Because the Geronimo is one of their new ones, but they do have this. So the Cochise is, yeah, like John just said, is this one right here. And then the other new one that they have is this one, which is called the it is called the Geronimo. So this is the Geronimo with the compression confession lock, and this is the new Cochise. Keep it scale stupid. He's talking about a different Cochise. He's talking about the Kunwu knife that's on the screen right now. That one's also called the Cochise, which is weird. Yeah, I'm waiting on the Geronimo too. The Geronimo looks super cool. I still got to get a Gringo though, because it's the same size as these other two on the table. But man, this Geronimo looks super clean. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is sexy. Morning, Mr. Ron Crow. Yeah, they did their thing right there, and I don't know what's up with the confession lock. It's a compression lock. I don't know if it's a missing in translation, or they're calling it a Verta lock, V-E-R-T-A. It looks like. Yeah, can't wait to get one of those. And then this is one they're making next. He posted, he said, I'm posting and pinning so I don't forget to make it. So I guess that one's coming next. Yeah, Bart, I don't like the clip. I didn't like the clip on the Excalibur. I will get one eventually and get a replacement clip for it. Good morning, TC Blades. Kunwu makes the Excalibur. It's a collaboration with Metal Complex and Kunwu. Keep it scale stupid. The Excalibur has its own website, I believe. Yeah, Kunwu Crew is where the Excalibur. It's a Kunwu and Metal Complex knife. There it is on the screen. It's $415 for the all black one there. Full DLC, but they do make other versions. Let's see. I don't know if they have the other versions pictured. I think there's another. So yeah, they have. Let's see. Here it is, I believe. Yeah. So Lefty, here's the Excalibur and Stonewash, $385. That clip actually looks better. Wow, they improved the clip. I thought it still came with the wire clip. This is the new 54mm 3D tie clip. Okay. Delivered in June, so I might get one of those. Yeah, I might have to break down and get one. Cool knife. I love the way integrals look on the back. I don't know, it's just something about a solid knife. So yeah. So what do y'all think about the bead blast here this morning? I'm wondering what the blade will look like here. Kind of almost want to reassemble it, but I got that one little spot I need to hit. That makes me angry. Well, I just dropped the pivot. Of course, it rolled over here somewhere. Alright, I found it. These pivots that screw in from both sides can be annoying sometimes. I just want to see what the blade looks like in it. I'm not going to really reassemble it, but I am going to put enough together that I can see the blade in it. Blade, bearing, other liner, where's the stop pin? Aha, yeah, the stop pin is internal in the blade. That's kind of cool. Forgot about that. Come on, go through there. It was very tight in there, so that's what she said. There we go. Stop pin is back in effect. Let me get the pivot put back in. Boom, boom, boom. There's what she would look like with the with the bead blasted and black blade. And look at the oils for my fingers. Pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to throw a coat of oil on it. Once I anno it though, I mean, I'll clean it real good before I anno it. But yeah, check out the look of it with the with the bead blasted and black blade. Pretty cool. Of course, oil sucks. It's crazy how oily your skin is, because I just washed my hands like right as I was washing the knife scale. So oil on your skin comes back really quick, huh? Let's see what alcohol does to it. There you go. Now she's all clean again. So yeah, it's going to look awesome purple. Bead blast really does look good though, man. Like that texture. This looks super good. I've definitely got to try some different medias for some different textures though. So what's going on in y'all's knife world today? What is the latest fad going on in your world? Got to go give these scales a once over again just to get those couple of spots I missed. Oil. Morning, Fred. You're already in Atlanta, Fred? That's cool. Let's go check out what's going on the knife scene today. Oh, yeah, a couple of things. I wanted to show the pocket checks that somebody posted in the Discord. And also, I finally bought a knife last night. So this is Nick's pocket check this morning. He's always got those heaters. And he likes his sheep's foot blades and his hollow grinds. There's my pocket check for last night. And then I finally bought one of those Geo knives. And this is the model I decided to get. It's not, I don't even know what it really looks like yet, because all I have is a render, but I went ahead and ordered it. I love everything about it except for one little thing. I love the blade shape. I love the blade grind. I love the handle shape. I just wish the finger choil was shaped a little different. I wish it didn't hit so high up on the scale. But that does make the blade look super cool. And hopefully it'll be big enough where I can get 4 fingers behind the... not have to use the choil. And just treat it like a big sharpening choil, because that's basically what it is. But this knife is one of those Geo knives in M390. And it is called the something. Crooked something. I don't know what it's called. Let's figure it out. It is called the Sharp Shadow. So it is 3.3-inch blade, M390 for 125 bucks. It is 7.4 inches overall, 4.2-inch handle, 3.3-inch blade. No, it's 7. This model is 7.4. Probably 7.5 because it says 4.2 and 3.3. So it's probably closer to 7.5. The other models are a little smaller. You can tell just by looking at it that it looks bigger than, I mean, not just in the picture, but just kind of overall. But even these with the 3.4-inch blade, see, this one's almost 8 inches long. So I was wrong. Yeah, this one's at 7.9 inches. So yeah, I don't think they're little. This one's 7.9, it says. 4.5-inch handle. This one is 7.9. So an 8-inch knife is a pretty large knife. TC, you wish that's what she said. You wish you had 7.9. Divide that by 2. But yeah, Pete, have you seen this model? The Phantasm? I don't know why you haven't ordered that one yet. Yeah, some people don't like crossbar locks, but Kubi does, I mean, Kubi does a pretty good job, I guess. TC's got one, I believe. But that's Pete's blade style right there, for all of you wondering. 3.9-inch blade on that one. 8.7 inches overall. Wow. That's a big boy. That's what she said, TC. I wish it was smaller. Boy, that's a big one too, huh? Oh no, that was not as big. $205. Black DLC. Wonder who. 7.3 inches total. Well, there's you one, Pete. Alright, so let's see what else is going on in the knife community here. There's a reblade of a something with a reblade. Is that a PM? I don't know. This guy had some decent knives for sale this morning. I saw that earlier. There's a Nirvana. Let's see. Hopefully this will make... Oh, somebody posted a comparison between the Buster, the original Buster, and the new one. So you can see how big the new one is compared to the old one. Pete, I don't know what live chat you're talking about, Bart, but Pete, I believe they've got a regular version of it too. Yeah. So they have a stonewash version of that same knife. So you might like that one. I don't mind not seeing the render, I mean the real knife, because I know that Kubi does. It's on washers too. I didn't even pay attention to see what the one I bought is on, if it's on washers or bearings. I hope it's on bearings, but I can deal with washers. Oh, it's on washers too. TC, is your don't you have a Geo? Okay, Bart, that's cool. TC, don't you have a Geo? Why do I keep saying that? Barrel, end clip, spring. I like it. I like it. They told you they do their own OEM work? I don't know. I think when we first went to the website, we saw that Kubi did it. But I could be wrong. I am lots of times. They're in the right city for it, so who knows? Geo Knife OEM Kubi. Well, with Geo, Knife Global. We sell products mainly from Kubi Knife. We are here to provide the highest quality while bringing various knives of OEM services provided by Knife Global. Knife Global. Kubi, KB. What is Knife Global, and why do they talk about OEM services? Huh. Somewhere else to buy Kubis. I think I ran across this site at one point. Keep it scale stupid. I don't know if you saw what I posted in the Discord for you, but your next knife needs to be a Geo knife in M390, and they have this purple one for $69.99. But you ought to buy this knife as your next knife. You need a good crossbar lock, you need an M390 knife, you need a purple knife, and you need a $70 knife. So I really think you need to bookmark this one and grab you one. I will put the link for it in the links channel in the Discord for you. But I think to get an M390 knife for $70, you can't really beat it. That's like getting a Tucson. So yeah, check that out. What else? There was something else I wanted to talk about this morning. Dang it. I knew I'd forget if I didn't make myself a note. But yeah, man, these Protex, there's something about the opening and closing of them. Like they just have, they feel so solid. I think it could be partly to the way they do their construction with the two-piece instead of the backspacer. Because the two-piece construction always, I don't know, something about the two-piece always makes it seem more solid. But this knife feels unlike anything else when you open it. It's just got a solid feel to it. It's very smooth too. Very drop shut. Clip on it was super nice. It's pretty much pretty deep carry. I mean, only just a little bit of that top sticking out. The detent is really good on it too. You have to really kind of forcefully. It still makes that same noise with the reverse flick. Like, very solid. Very cool knife. What was I wanting to talk about? It wasn't the Kunwoos. I think it had something to do. I do not remember. Good morning, Michael. Let's see. Who else had some new knives coming out? I think, cannot remember. There was something else that came up on, oh, I did want to mention that they did finally ship me those two knives I got really cheap from DH Gate, that Kubi and that Max Ace. And they're getting pretty close to being here, so hopefully they really do show up. But I don't know if y'all remember, I bought those, the KB 259, which I already have one of, but I got it to sell because of how cheap it was. KB 259A, I think, is the one I got. The blackout. So I got a blackout just like this one for $71. And it is supposedly shipped and almost to me. So if that shows up, that'll be an awesome deal for 71 bucks. Yeah, John, I do have an 80-20 clone. I'll show it to you in just a second. And then I also got a Max Ace Peregrine 2. So I got this knife, and the version I got of it is the silver, the A. So I got this version of it, and I got it for $71 as well. And it is $188 on their website. So I can't wait to see if those two came in. Those will be great $71 knives. And I'm going to pass those on along for a good price. Or I'm going to keep the Max Ace, but I'm going to sell the Kubi for a good price to somebody who wants a blackout. Waylon, we can figure it out. I'll sell it. I'll sell it to you for a real good price and still make, $20 or something. But I think for $100 when it's $250 on their website, I think that would still be a fair deal. But we'll figure it out. Let me find my 80-20. You don't remember, John, when I did that green anno on the stream? I did the 80-20 on stream anno in the high voltage green. So I've got a high voltage green one somewhere here. I'm looking right now. Give me just a second. Here it is. So I did, sorry about that. I had to grab it. I've got the 20.5 in the lime green. So I got the 20.5 in a lime green, and then I did the high voltage anno on my 8020. This one's for sale, by the way. This high voltage green 8020. Even though I love it, I would probably sell it. But you can tell it's quite a bit different in size than the 20.5. Can't find your Geo, huh? You have an ethereal, don't you? But John, if you want to get one, OK has them, and they're the ones from OK is what I've got, so they're pretty cheap too. They're only $50, and they got all 4 styles. They got the flat scales and the milled scales in drop point or sheep's foot. This says 20.5, but oh, it is a 20.5. Yeah, you have to pay. I forgot. OK doesn't have the 8020s. These are the 20.5, I think. Total length 210 millimeters. So let me see which one that is. No, that's the 8020. So I was wrong. Here you go. So they say it's 210 millimeters for the, and that's 210 right there. Perfect. The 20.5 is only 180, 190. So 210 is the 8020. Ow. I got a stupid fly in here again. Yeah, if you can get one for around this price on AliExpress, go ahead. But make sure you check the length, because they sent me one saying it was an 8020 one time, and it was really a 20.5. So let's see, AliExpress. And if you got OK Knives has a shop on AliExpress, and you might be buying from the same shop. So right here, this says 8020. That's the same looking ad. Let's see what the specs say on it. 22 centimeters. So yeah, that's the big one. 220. So yeah, if that one, or like I said, OK Knives. This is probably the OK Knives. Yeah, this is the OK Knives website on AliExpress. But you'll get it quicker if you order straight from OK Knives instead of from AliExpress. But these also, these say 193 millimeters. So these look like it might be the 20.5. Whereas those other ones said 220. These right here, and they look longer too. You can tell that's the 80-20. But the specs on these said 22 centimeters. So make sure it either says 220 millimeters or 22 centimeters. It's washers, TC. Both of those, Michael, both of those Demcos on the table, on my table, are clones. You ought to know that by now. I'm just kidding. I've got a mixture of both, so it's kind of hard to tell, but both of these are clones. Of course, I didn't want the 20.5 except to check it out, so that's why I got these lime green G10 scales. But I did want a titanium 80-20 because I like bigger knives. And there's nothing wrong with this clone at all. It's got good lockup, good action, good titanium. It took a green anno. TC Blades, oh, so it feels really good. Yes, John. OK Knives ships faster. I get mine in about 10 days from OK. I did find out because Friday morning, I don't know if y'all remember, but I said that guy's going to come on stream that did all that cool anno stuff. But I found out that you can join my little chat thing, my video thing with a cell phone. Super easy. So if any of y'all ever want to hop up on your cell phone and show us a video of a knife or something, you can do it from any cell phone, and it's super easy. All you gotta do is click the link and hit join. It's just hard when somebody hops up. I don't want to have them on for just like 2 minutes. But TC, you want to hop up for a couple minutes and show us that geo so I can see the action? You can do it from your cell phone. You don't have to. Oh yeah, and I don't know if y'all saw the couple of images I had, but I made a couple of new images last night. I made this one for an intro. So Blade Alchemy presents. I'm going to try to make a little animated thing. So I got that one. I got this one. Let's see. It says Blade Talk Daily. I made that one. And then I made another Blade Alchemy Presents. So those are pretty cool. All right, TC, let me and I would love for some of y'all other guys to hop up and show us some stuff sometime. Here's the link, TC. But I'm going to kick you off after a couple minutes. No, I'm just joking. Don't get mad at me if I... Alright, let's see. And anybody can click that link if you want to hop on. You can do it straight from your cell phone. So we will let Mr. TC show us that knife here in a second. Don't see him on here yet, but sure. Yeah, I want a 3D model of him too. I'm gonna make the files. We're gonna talk about doing some CAD work too. We're gonna all learn how to draw up knives, and I'm gonna show you how to do simple online 3D CAD work. So there's a website called Tinkercad. Let me just show it to you real fast. So it's called tinkercad.com, and you can log in with your Google account for free. And here's my birthday, 19. So yeah, you can create your own 3D designs in a web browser, and it's very full featured. You can do all kinds of stuff in here. Yeah, knife print is pretty cool, but you gotta pay for the good stuff with that one. And it's not very intuitive. I messed around with it the other day too. Yeah, it is not. And unless you pay, they don't let you save your design. I'm just gonna say knife collector. How many knives do you make per year? 0. Tactical, hunter, Bowie, bushcraft. How old are you? I'm old enough. But yeah, this software is okay, but I couldn't. Yeah, it's a lot. You have to draw like little lines, and then you have to connect them. And you can do your thing here. Yeah, and if you pay for the service, they won't let you save all your stuff though. So like right now, you can't save this. Anything you try to yeah, they won't let you save it. And you can't start a new project. So if you go up here to the top, you can't save. Well, you might save stuff, but you can't start a new project. You can only have one. But Tinkercad is very easy to use and very full featured and very simple. So you can set your height. You want it 1 millimeter. Your blade. You can draw cutouts. So if you want to cut out of a certain size, you can cut this out of it, and it's very easy to learn. And so if you take a cutout in a shape, like if you want to make this part of the blade cut out, like if I want to, let's see, cut out this part of this corner. So you just highlight them both and you hit group, and it'll cut out that section. So it's very intuitive and super cool. You can cut out circular areas. You just make a hole and then combine them. It'll cut out. Whoops, I didn't have that one at the right level. Raise it up and down. But you can resize stuff really easy too. Anyway, super cool to use. Oh, it sat that on top of it. See, that's what I was talking about. What am I doing here? Yeah, see how the height of it needs to go down. There it goes. Then you can put it right there. If you want to cut like a finger choil out, you just highlight them both and you group them. It'll cut that out. So you can cut out stuff really easy with this. You can make it whatever thickness you want. Moving around it, it's got all kinds of built-in shapes, and you can add all kinds of crazy shapes too. It's got rulers built in, so you can measure stuff. But Tinkercad, you can really design parts. Like I could build that robot with this. I built all kinds of 3D parts for 3D printers. TC, I can't hear you. I didn't know you were there. You don't have the audio on. I don't know if you can hear me, but yep, I can hear you. I'm gonna pop you up on stream. Hold on just a second. Let's see, add browser, call it TC, put the source on, boom, boom. There you are. There you are. Background, Blade Talk, presents. All right, you're on screen.
Okay.
Oh, we got echo. Hold on. Say something again.
Again?
All right, try now. Okay. Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
All right. So is this the Geo Ethereal?
Yeah. Now, hold on, let me get some good light for you guys. Sorry, y'all. My desk is a mess. I was messing with that Vero. All right, look. I don't see any balls.
That's what she
unless
said.
They're right. Unless they're nested into the blade, kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see any bearings. To me, it looks like. But dude,
go ahead.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah, they all. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So you talked to them? Did they send you that for free?
They sent me this one, and I did a video on it. I done a bunch of shorts, got tons of views, and then well, here, let me tell you. I'll be quick because I don't want to take up all your time.
No, you're good.
So they sent me the knife, okay, and it came in, but I had other knives ahead of it. I needed to review some tenables and stuff, and like the day the knife came in, they sent me a message, said, "We see tracking that you received the knife. Like, where's the video?" I was like, "It's still in the box." Like, I was like, "It just came in." I said, "I gotta publish a couple of other videos and then I'll get to it." And it seemed like that didn't make them real happy, but But anyways, I made a video. It was great. I got tons of views. I did some shorts with it. I carried it a ton. Like, I don't like crossbars. They nailed this. I mean, they nailed it. And I sung its praises, and then I asked them about another knife, and they said that they didn't feel that I guess, I don't know. Helped enough or like presented it enough. I guess I should have done more videos and all that. And they said if they decide to work with me again, they'll let me know. I was like, sick. Okay. Yeah, and I was like, dude, the video's got over 1,000 views, man. I mean, like,
yeah,
I don't know. So,
yeah, that's how FerraMonster did with me. Like, they can go screw themselves.
I think sometimes like you said the other day, I think some shit gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, dude, I mean, I still, even though that's kind of screwed up, yeah, dude, their knife's spot on. I mean, would I buy another one, like one of the new ones? Hell yeah, absolutely. And dude, I'm thinking about getting that purple G10.
Yeah.
For $69.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one of the G10 ones too. Like I almost bought that last night instead of the other one I bought because I was like, man, like M390 for $70, you can't beat that.
Oh hell yeah! So
show me the action on a little more like.
Okay. Is there a way to make this
sideways
landscape? I mean,
yeah, I can rotate I can rotate it.
Rotate it and see what it does for my camera.
All right, hold on. It'll. Hold on a second.
There.
Transform.
You don't have to.
No, it's all good. I just have to unlock it and let's see. Transform, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. All right, and then full screen. Oh, dang it! It rotated it back. Hold on.
I think I'm high enough though. Y'all can probably see.
Hold on, just a second. I'm gonna make it bigger.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
No, she definitely said that, and hopefully she will make it bigger.
Right?
All right, that's about as good as I can do just on the fly. But you're sideways now. Can you see the preview in the window on the web browser?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. So, I'll let everybody get a good look at it. One thing I was really impressed with is like, the pocket clip's reversible. Look at the tolerances on that milling on that filler tab.
Oh wow!
Like, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they milled it in place then, probably.
Yeah, like I didn't even realize it had one till like the second day, because Carrie always grabs knives to see if they can be, left-handed, and she's the one that noticed it, and I was like, oh no shit! I was like, dude, that is tight. Like, if you're not on it, you don't see it.
Hold on.
So
yeah, I screwed up again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like, what in the world?
Sorry, it's so jittery. I'm gonna try to be smoother.
No, it's all good. I don't know what okay, there we go. I don't know what I did. I was flipping it all around. But yeah, so the thumb stud, it just comes right out like when you flick it with the thumb stud.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Just
yeah.
And
there's no blade play?
None. If I could prop my phone up, I can prop my phone up. Hold on. And you mother. Sorry, I'm not trying to use language.
No, go ahead.
All right.
That's what say whatever you want.
Okay. There. Look. I mean, it's solid. I'm like.
What about up and down?
Nope. Nothing.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's why I said something about them OEMing, because after I realized how good it was and the price, I said, who's y'all's OEM? And they said, we're our own OEM.
Yeah, well, if that one Kubi or the couple Kubis that I've got with the crossbar lock, they weren't anywhere close to that, like that nice. Like, that one I told you I had trouble with. So yeah, they might OEM their own stuff, I guess. Then
it comes with extra hardware and focus. There it is, and you can adjust the spring.
Oh, nice. Does it have 3 holes like most of them?
Yep.
Or 5? Yeah, 3.
That's a good question. 3 or 5? Yeah, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
that milling's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that golf ball.
Yeah. Golf putter.
Hey, you're gonna love it, Chip. They feel so good in the hand, man. I'm glad you're getting one.
Yeah, I've been needing to get one for a while now. I like the shape of the one you're getting. Yeah, I don't know. It says on the website that it says in stock, but it says pre-order. So like, what's the real truth? Like, is it in stock or is it pre-order? Like, But it says down there in the text, it says, I was looking at it a second ago, and it says, guaranteed if you buy one that it'll ship within 60 days. So I don't know why they don't have any real images of it though. If it's available, like, I don't know. We'll see if I ever get it.
Unless they're making them and shipping them, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I mean that was my second guess, was that they're just but they have a whole pre-order section, but they say add, in stock, but I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, down here it says attention, pre-order 125 with free shipping. After you pay, we promise to ship within 60 days.
So I guess they're just, when they say in stock, they're still taking pre-orders. That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. But how long has it been like that? Because it's probably been like that at least a month. So I don't know.
Well, I haven't been on their site in a while. Shit, what am I thinking of? The color, they had a pre-order for these in color, but I haven't been back to, because they got a beautiful one that's purple with the Timascus. Like their website, when you look at the description, it said carbon fiber pivot ring. And I looked at it, I was like, and I told them, I was like, guys, that's Damascus. And they're like,
yeah,
okay.
It is. Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're, I mean, that just shows you the price. Like, that just makes me get madder and madder at some of the prices some knife companies charge.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I'm real curious what we're going to see this weekend. So.
Yeah, like, I hope some people run some cool specials. I've been really thinking about, I don't know how, like, what I really want to buy or am going to buy. Like, I mean, I hate to go to a blade show and not buy something, but
yeah,
it's got to be something that's blade show exclusive or something is what I've decided. Like, if I can get something there that I can't get somewhere else, and because otherwise I'd rather get it on Knife Swap and get it for half of what they're going to charge me down there, like, or if it's something that's on like a crazy special deal, like. Yeah.
And they do that. But you got those people, like, seriously, when the door opens, like, the lady that does it, like, rings this huge bell, and all those people that have, like, dude, they run. It's like Black Friday. Now, I just know that from watching Melissa Backwood's videos.
Yeah, that's like, what Fred said when he was on video, too, is that there's people in line that just sit there for two days beforehand, and, like, literally, they take off running to the tables that they want to go to.
Yeah, they want to buy the prototypes and all that. Yeah, well, I missed Fred live, but I guess Fred told me, he said, if you see a prototype you want, you tell him you want to buy it, but then you'll pick
come
it
back
up
and get it on Sunday. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I might try to do that, or I've already decided the only thing I'm really going to buy is something that's Blade Show exclusive, or that's in a super good deal, like half price of what it normally would be, or some prototype that I'll try to buy early and come back Sunday, like let them keep it all weekend and then come back and grab it Sunday.
Right.
But and then otherwise, I thought I might try to find some cool, like, little EDC stuff, like maybe a cool pin or a cool some of those stuff that people put in pictures, some titanium stuff, just some little EDC tools.
Yeah, hey, something you'll like that I like, and I didn't take advantage of it last year, dude, because I was kind of like, it's sensory overload, and it was my first one last year, and I only went one day. So, or did we go 2 days? No, Carrie said we only went one, but so I was kind of running around. I was like, trying to see everything. So I hit all the big people mainly, but they have guys like it's knife making supplies. Like, dude, you'll be able to get all the little pieces of titanium that you want to use on a project. You'll be able to get pieces of camo carbon, insane micartas. Like, dude, they have grab bags of that stuff, or like fill up a little like paper lunch sack for like $15, $20, whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's so. But yeah, I'm gonna. I've decided I'm gonna like try to like. Since I'm going all 3 days, I'm gonna try to pace myself and see all the big tables I want to see, and then maybe try to wait until it's slower at some of the tables. Like wait until because there's gonna be. I mean, I don't know if it ever slows down, but there's got to be some times in the afternoons, like on Saturday and Sunday, where it gets slower.
Yeah, there is. So, but hey, I'm gonna keep watching on YouTube, but I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta get this knife back together. Peace.
All right, buddy. Yeah, appreciate it. Later. To answer your question, sorry I didn't want to ignore him, but John, no, I didn't order the prototype because I just can't pay $70 extra when I know it'll be $199 here soon whenever it hits the website. But I am getting that knife for sure. I just didn't. So prototypes. So right here, they've got the. They just haven't released it yet, so I think that's why it's the prototype. Yeah, right here. But it's $67 extra. I'm pretty sure it'll come in at $199 like most of them. But they just haven't. I don't think they've dropped it yet because it says coming soon. Yeah, so the only way that you can buy it is the prototype right now. But I am getting one for sure. I love that knife. And I like Dylan Mallory. I want to support him. I wish I could get one straight from him. I know he sells some of his knives. He sells exclusively through him. Michael, yeah, there's nothing that I really want. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going more just to see the whole scene than any one specific knife. So that's why I'm not stressing it at all. Like, I don't have anything that I'm going to be mad if I don't get. I mean, I've got so many knives, and Knife Swap is such a good place to be able to find knives that aren't still on the market. So I'm not worried about finding knives. But like I said, there are a few Blade Show exclusives that I might want to get. But I'm not going to run. I mean, I'm not going to, like, I don't know. Way too old for that. I'm not one of those Black Friday people. Like, but I think I'm going to focus more on some cool, like I said, EDC stuff. I might try to get some prototypes. I'm not scared to ask them, where some people might be. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these knife guys aren't scared. They know how to get prototypes, but I'm such a plain, boring person that I might go ask for a prototype that somebody else might not even think about asking about because it's such a plain knife, whereas they want some exotic, crazy-looking knife. So, that'll be cool. It's going to be a fun time regardless. By the way, I'm off now from now until forever. I don't have to go back to work for a long time. So I'm super excited about that. Ron Crow. The one I just used that's free. I was using Skype, but Skype is no longer. And you have to pay to get the Teams version that works. So to answer your question, it's called Video Ninja. And it's a free service. It'll take you just a second. Yeah, I might be able to get Zerblast Media. You're right. And I am going to, like he said, I'm going to buy some stuff for knife scales because I'm going to make my own knife in my garage here real soon. So I might look into buying some what is the stuff called? Some heat shielding rolls to make your own forge. I can't think what I'm trying to think of. The stuff that you make. What's it? Not Teflon, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The liner stuff and the spray stuff that you get to make forges out of. But I can make one out of fire bricks and some of that. Well, let's just look it up. Heck. Building your own forge. So there's a guy on YouTube that I watch called Big Stack D or something. He melts metals and he has his own little cool little forge that he makes and sells. What's his name? YouTube. I think it's Big Stack. He makes a thing called a Devil's Forge or something. Big Stack D. So this guy right here, Big Stack D Casting. If you ever watch this guy, he's super cool. He breaks down metals and he melts them. He's in the UK. He melts them down and he has his own forge that he builds and sells. And he has this room of all his stuff. And check out his, but he has all these cool little molds. And he has a room in his house where he's melted all his stuff down and he keeps up with the total weight of all his stuff. Big Stack D Casting. But that's more of a melting forge. But he makes his own, he sells his own forge. Let me see if I can see a picture of it. It's called like the Devil Forge or something. But he's just got it lined with the same stuff that I'm talking about. I mean, that's for melting metals, but his, dang it, there's his forge, or his melting forge, crucible and all this stuff. But he sells these, but that liner stuff, that's what I'm talking about. You can build your own. Yeah, rock wool, Leia wool, there you go, the wool stuff. Like rock wool, but not rock wool. Anyway, building your own heat treatment oven. I mean, heat treatment, not a heat treat oven. Heat treatment for, I'm going to say forge and see. Here we go. Something like this, but not like this. You can make them out of bricks. Oh yeah, here we go. Fire bricks.
Contact.
Let's see what he's got going on here. Yeah, something like that is what I want to build. I've got a welder too, so. But I want to, hold on. Build your own forge fire bricks. Making a $20 forge.
All right, we're making a forge from start to finish. We'll start with the turkey fryer. Borrow one from the neighbor if you got one. If you ain't got one sitting around, they probably got one in their junk pile. Hook it up to the propane bottle. Give her a quick light and see if she'll run. I just got these bricks laying around, landscaping bricks. I let them stay dry. You don't want to use wet bricks. They can explode on you. So these have been dried inside for quite a while. We'll just stack these bricks up. You gotta get a little air on it to help with the air fuel mixture. And we got that little piece of bar, nice and hot, and it will forge.
Well, there we go. So it doesn't take much. Nomex? Yeah, there is that stuff that liners that's like a, is that what it's called? Nomex? Roll. Flame resistant fabric. Yeah. So there's some of this stuff I know you can. Okay, Instructables. Knife Forge. How to make a propane forge, 12 steps with pictures. How to make a mini forge. Forge a knife. There we go. So you can use an old propane tank. That's what I'm thinking about doing. And then, okay. Fire bricks. An old propane tank. Air tank or Freon tank or propane tank or steel tube. KO wool, ceramic blanket. Yeah, there it is. KO wool. Whoever said that was right. KO wool board, fire bricks, high heat stove cement, high heat barbecue paint, some steel tube or iron fittings, some bolts and some threads. All right. Yes. This is the kind of one I want to make right here. Something about this size, something that looks cool. There you go. You can line it with that stuff, the KO wool. Awesome. So Instructables, if you don't know about the website Instructables, it's a really great website to learn how to build stuff for cheap. But that looks like a perfect one for what I want to do. So yeah, thank you for whoever said whatever that KO wool stuff is. So KO wool blanket and KO wool board is what we want to look for here. Lynn Manufacturing. Alright, Amazon. 2-inch. Let's see what we got here. 2 inches thick by 15 inch by 24 inch. Alright then. Add to carts. There's only one left in stock. Okay, here we go. 1 inch thick. Here's a bunch of different sizes and prices. 1 by 16 by 48. Might add that one to cart. Just all right, and then here's the mortar. 3,200 degree mortar. Might add that to cart. And then we need the boards. So it was called KO wool board. See what that is. Shopping. Amazon. Same company, that Lynn Manufacturing. Alright. So that stuff's pretty expensive. But that's what you use. That's the real deal stuff. There's no point in like buying one when you can make one super easy. But I don't think I need the board. I'm not going to be getting that serious with it. I think the rolls of that fabric would probably work good enough for what I'm going to be doing. Refractory wool. See, here's where it's said about the pre-order stuff. So, but I don't know why they don't have, like, this Blaze one we looked at 2 months ago. So how can they say pre-order $125 with free shipping? After you pay, we promise to ship within 30 days. So see, they have an actual copy of that knife. So I'm pretty sure this one's been on here at least 30 days. So why don't they update with a real picture of one? Are they making them as somebody buys one? Are they making one? Like, that's kind of weird. It says they heat treat to 60 to 62. So that's pretty awesome. Bronze washers. The action did look super sick on that knife. And the lockup is the most important thing to me. Like, the lockup with a crossbar lock knife can be iffy at times. Like, this ProTech is a good example, because button locks and crossbars both have a little bit of play sometimes, but this one has absolutely nothing. Yeah, Michael, that just popped up a bag of that satanite or whatever, satanite. That just popped up on Amazon when I was looking a second ago. But yeah, like I said, crossbar lock knives, you got to be careful, because some of them, even the best ones, I don't have many crossbar locks in my nice knife case over here. In fact, I'm not. But like, this is an example. The Hogue, it has some of them with the crossbars. I've noticed that if you don't take and push a little bit forward, you'll get a little bit of blade play. But this one has a 0 too. Like, crossbar locks, a lot of people don't like them, because I don't know why they don't like them. I think they don't like them because of that blade play sometimes. Because a lot of them do have a little bit of blade play. I'm not going to lie. But I only like the ones that don't have any blade play. Bart, I love NCC knives. I think they're great knives. I like the milling on them. Yeah, detent is an issue. See, button locks, this one has some of the strongest detent. This one has real detent. So button locks, this one has actual detent, because it's very hard. You can feel it dropping into the hole. Speaking of detent, I've got to do this today on my day off. Yeah, they are expensive. So, let me see. Let me get another case out here. Let me put this ProTech up. Let me get a Kaiser case that does have some crossbars, and let's check out what kind of detent, if any, some of those have. Ow. Alright, so I know the Drop Bear is what I tell people is one of the best crossbar lock knives ever. So the Drop Bear and L-Max. So yeah, it doesn't have detent per se, but the spring is pretty. It just broke loose. That's why people don't like crossbars. But to me, if it's got enough strength to keep itself closed in your pocket, I guess I don't care that much about detent. I'm more concerned about lockup with crossbar lock knives, because most of the ones I like will keep the blade closed. They got enough tension to keep the blade closed. Like this one has a little more spring. Yeah, I've got a PSYOP too. I love the PSYOP. The PSYOP's one of my top recommended button lock knives. Of course, there's two types of button locks: plunge locks and top liner locks, or top frame locks. This one has a little more pressure than the drop bear. And then this one has plenty, but I've never had these come open in my pocket. Like, I don't know, they feel like they've got enough. I just like the crossbar action. They're fun to fidget with and play with. Super smooth. But I do like a crisp detent too, though. My PSYOP was just in the case I was just in. I should have grabbed it before I closed it. But the PSYOP is a excellent knife. Where is my PSYOP? Where are you, Mr. PSYOP? I used to keep it. Oh. This is the wrong stupid case. My God. I'm sure y'all can hear latches over here. Oh, speaking of cases, I'm wondering if Mr. William told me the other day that he bought one of those big 90 knife cases, and I'm wondering how he likes it so far, or if he got it yet. Come on, case, open up. Yeah, here's my PSYOP. So yeah, it's got real detent for sure. Yeah, my hogues feel really good. But this is a top actuated liner lock, like he said. But it's super solid because it's a liner lock, but it does have detent. Just like I said, the ProTech does too. The ProTech has, and it's got stronger detent than the Vosteed. This detent is super crisp. When you reverse flick it, you really got to get all of it because of the detent. And then the unnamed has detent also. I don't know if y'all can see that or hear that. Yeah, this is a great, and this is a regular plunge lock, but it's got super good lockup. But this is a plunge lock with actual detent. But the PSYOP is one of my absolute favorites. Yeah, Pete, the you know, all the winter blades have those magnets, so like they have super good detent with the magnets. So yeah, you could mill out a pocket and throw magnets in. Keep it scale stupid. Detent is when the blade stays closed because there's the little hole in the blade. You remember how I showed you this little hole in the blade? So you see that little You see that little hole right there in the blade? Why does it keep trying to focus? Stop. Just stay focused. What's going on? Well, that's annoying. There we go. So you see that little hole? And you see that line beside the hole there? That little circular line? So the little detent ball, which is this little ceramic ball that's on the liner, right there, that ball drops into that hole. And so that's what keeps your blade shut. So when the blade spins around, it drops into that little hole. That little ball drops into that hole, and that's what keeps the blade closed. And that's detent. Detent is just the amount of pressure that holds the knife closed. So knives that rely on a spring for detent, like I was showing the drop bear and stuff, or like these knives. These knives don't have that detent hole and ball because they're a different lock mechanism. So they rely on this spring to keep the blade closed. So this one doesn't really have that detent ball, so it can kind of flop around because it's just a spring mechanism that's keeping it closed. So crossbar lock knives, for the most part, rely on those springs to keep the blade closed. Like this knife right here, this Ozark Trail, see, it doesn't have that detent ball hole. It just relies on this spring right here to keep the blade closed. Ow, it poked me. But some knives have both a spring mechanism and a detent ball. But you want your blade to stay closed. So detent pressure, if you hold the blade upside down and you shake it, if the blade comes out, it probably doesn't, with very little effort, it doesn't have great detent. So you take this knife that does have that detent ball, and it takes a lot more force to shake it. And like this Vosteed, I can shake it to death, and it's got a really good, it takes quite a bit to get it to fall out. So detent is the amount of pressure that keeps the blade closed, but you can hear it click into place. So that's that little ball dropping into that hole. And that was the whole point, and why Sever 7 sent me this knife, because his has absolutely zero detent. So this blade will not stay closed at all. It's supposed to drop into a little hole, but the hole's not big enough for this ball to drop into, so it's just sloppy loose. Yeah, the Migarons, the Vane is one of my other, the Drop Bear and the Vane are my two top crossbar lock knives. I've got a Vane too. I had to start a whole new case with my Migarons because I don't even know what I did with those. I need to find those because those are some of my favorite knives. And I don't know which case I put them in. I think it's this nice black one. Yeah. So all my Migarons got their own case now, but the Vane is another superb crossbar lock knife. So there's some of my Migarons. But the Vane right here, Vane must be on the other side of the bag. Hold on. The Vane is one of my all-time top crossbar lock knives. And the milling on it is just sick. Migron does a great job, but see, it's got, I mean, this spring is pretty tight, but doesn't have a detent ball. But the lockup and the action and the blade shape on the vane are what get it for me. I love that back of the blade. But the vane is an awesome knife. John, yes sir, I do. Well, I take that back. I've sold a few. But I've got somewhere, probably at the moment, I've probably got around 650. I was getting close to 700, but I kind of wrangled myself in and said, you got to stop. But yeah, I don't have an endless inventory, but I've got quite a few knives. Yeah, I think I probably got around 650, and that's including probably 60 fixed blades. So that's not crazy, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. It's a lot of knives. Yeah, John, have you not seen my picture? So I had when I was 11 months into my my collecting, I've only been doing it 18 months. I've only been collecting knives for about 18 months. So when I was about 11 months in, I did a count. I went to I got my table out and I laid them all out, and I had 437 at that point, and that was like 12 months in. So I managed to collect hold on just a second, sorry. I managed to collect 437 in like 11 months, 12 months, a year. And this was when I had 437. And you can see down here at the end, there's a lot of Amazon, and then get into all my Benchmades and my Spydercos and my Efingros and my automatics and my Cold Steels and then my Kaisers and then my nicer knives. And down here at the front was my Two Sons, all my Two Sons. But at that point, and I've added probably 200 more nice ones. So at this point, I didn't have many really nice ones. I had some Kaisers, and I had some Two Sons, but I didn't have any like, Brown or, Quiet Carries or anything. I didn't have a bunch of $300 knives. So I've added about 200 more since then of like nice knives and nice clones. But I need to do another shot like that sometime, but they won't all fit on the table now. And that's the whole reason I kind of started up a knife channel on YouTube, was because I realized I had enough to start one. But I wish I would have started at the very beginning. I was already I was already past this point when I started my I was already past this point right here when I started my YouTube channel. No, this was about the time I started my YouTube channel, actually. These aren't all budget, but these are mostly budget and clones, and you can see the Kaisers right here. So there's a row of Kaisers all the way across here. There's my Cormorant. There's the purple Kaiser. There's my other titanium. There's my VK1. And then I had some Wiis. So I did have some Wii knives in this picture. There's my Chavez. So I had it at this point. There's a few Wii knives. My Fox knives. My Concepts. So they're not all budget. There's some Concepts. And then I get into all my 2 Sons and 6 Leafs. And then I had a bunch of titanium like Grow. I've got all the titanium Grow big ones. But yeah, a lot of these, all these Spydercos are pretty much clones. All these Benchmades are clones. And then down here at this end are all like Amazon knives. So yeah, my nicest ones, I mean, I had a few nice, all my cold steels are real. All my Kaisers and Concepts. And then I had a few, like there's some Kubies. I had a bunch of titanium Kubies. There's a Winterblade. There's a Lamia clone. And a Winterblade. And then there's some Kaisers, some mini sheepdogs, an original, but anyway, that's why when y'all mention a knife, I have to go digging, but I've got them pretty good organized now where I can find them pretty regular. Here's another one that just sits off to the side that it doesn't have a home. Little bitty weird clone. Good old Medford. I don't even know what this thing's called. Anybody know what this little Medford's called? I don't even know why I have it. You can see, keep it scale stupid, you can see that detent hole right there on the blade. So this is one of those cases where it sticks out of the handle. And you can see the little track that it started to make where it rubs against that ball. But that little ball on the inside here that sits right inside the liner, that's what rubs across that track, and that's what falls into that little hole there and makes that click that keeps the blade closed. That's detent. What is this Medford 93004? 93004? 93004? 93888. I don't know what that is. Garbage knife. Well, alright guys, I'm going to go back and finish blasting Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid's knife and get to working on Sever 7s and start getting ready for Friday, get packing done. Gotta get my camera, take it with me. So I'll have to take it down after I do my broadcast on Friday. I might do a remote broadcast Friday morning from like the outside yard on my laptop to test for when I'm gone this weekend. So we might do Friday's stream sitting out on my back porch. That way I can go ahead and break down my camera and its mount to take with me, my light and all that stuff, because I still got to do my morning broadcast even when I'm on my trip. So I got to take all my equipment with me. That's why I bought that new laptop. Make sure I had enough power to do it, which I think I will. Anyway, unless y'all got anything else you want to talk about, I guess I'm going to start winding her down today. Yeah, I got cool images now. That'll be cool. I guess I could move the email somewhere else with that picture. Let's see. Maybe up here to this corner by Nedge. Anything else y'all want to look at or go over? Let's go figure out what that... Let's go figure out what that knife is really quick. What's the numbers on it? 93-004. Medford 93-004. Nope. Small micro Praetorian. It's called the heck, I don't know. I guess I could do I could grab my phone and do the Google thing. I can actually flick that knife open, which is kind of wild. Alright, let's see what Google says it is. It is the Hunden. It's called the Hunden. So it was this one up here. This one right here, the Hunden. That's it right there. Bart, yeah, I'm still gonna I'm gonna redo the robot to make popular knife scales when I make the 3D model. But there's that knife, and the numbers on it are in the same place. So that's cool. Let's see if I can do the... I'm much cooler for paying $30 or $40 or whatever I paid for this than paying $500 for that one. Yeah, that's pretty wild that that price is that much. Bart, you too, sir. Hope you have a great day. Everyone else as well. Got the same clip. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. And if you need me, you know how to find me. We will be here again tomorrow, and then Friday morning we leave for Blade Show. So I hope y'all are as excited as I am to see some cool knives at Blade Show. I'm going to be shooting lots of video. So Pete, sir, you have a good day. Mr. Paul, have a great day. Mr. Dwayne, Mr. Whalen, Mr. John, Mr. TC, if you're still around working on your Vero. Mr. Michael, appreciate you being here. Mr. Ron Crow. Everyone else who popped in, appreciate y'all, love y'all. We'll be hitting episode 140 tomorrow. That means 10 more episodes after that till the next giveaway. So that'll be cool.